Bonjour, bonsoir à tout le monde. Non, pas M. Marcus Desrosiers. Et comme d'habitude, nous connaissons toujours à prêcher et puis nous très profond de la maladie préventive. I swear encore, once again tonight, we are here with my friend who helped me a lot. L'emprojet Piclis Pamela. Et I swear a lot tonight, she's right here and she has a very cherished project she's been dealing with. And nous décidons pour nous faire the same thing for her. So, good afternoon, Miss Merlindy, and how are you?
Good evening. I'm doing well. Hi, Marcus.
Hi, my friend. And then Miss Merlindy, she's somebody that I knew before for a long time, and she's my colleague at work. And as I said, she's one of the first person I explained about the pickles, right?
We helped each other.
That's why it is. That's why it is. But today we are here is to talk about a very cherished project you've been dealing with, and for your kindness, because people who deal with this kind of projects who help kids is not any kind of kids. Moun ka pe des gens de ti moun sa yo, ti moun yo ki bezwen lan comment puis yo behave, comment puis yo gen conduite, comment puis yo parler, comment puis yo faire une série de bagay. Et c'est sous projet ça ou prend ou dédié et une série de temps ou t'as capable bien de temps pour faire l'autre bagay, mais et pour qu'on y a là c'est ça on fait pour aider ti moun qui est autistic kid, right?
Autistic, yes. So we work with autistic children.
That's very nice. So let me talk about. Tell us a little bit more about the project, Legend Project.
So I'm going to take it back to the beginning as to why I started the project in the first place. The project is a personable project.
Donc, on parle créole tout, oui.
Okay.
Non, on peut pas parler anglais, on peut parler créole.
Okay. So it's a personal project. Like, it's something that's dear to my heart. My son, Legend, he is now 8 years old. So we called it the Legend Project because my son's name is Legend. And I wanted to dedicate this project to him. So I started the project on February 4th, which is Legend's birthday. So I pay homage to Legend because my son, Legend, has autism. And Legend was diagnosed as a child with autism. And like many parents who have to deal with autistic children, I wanted to do something that could bring awareness. So I wanted to turn my testimony, my what's the word? How do you say it?
Your.
What's the saying? There's a saying.
I couldn't pick up the word that you're looking for.
There's a saying.
Okay.
I can't think of the saying. It was. I feel like God was brought such a special.
Your destiny, that's somebody qui destiné qui.
Ça veut dire if you.
Choisi ou ça pour faire.
So my test into a testimony, something like that. It's some type of saying.
Yes.
So I wanted to bring awareness to this community because I did so much research on it, and I found that instead of like, melting in my sorrow, I can just, make this a victory for me. So I wanted to make something. It's really my passion. It was a passion of mine. So I had an MBA, which is a master's in business. I wanted to use it to create my own organization. So what better way than to pay homage to my son, Legend? Mm-hmm. So that's the backstory to what the Legend Project is. I was apprehensive in saying that because I am a very private person and I don't usually speak on it, but I decided today would be the platform where I should speak on it. And maybe I can help other mothers and other business entrepreneurs to want to create something such as the Legend Project. So the Legend Project is basically, I'm an artist, and the Legend Project helps autistic children to communicate through art. So I merge art and autism together.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So it's something that because of your son was born with this neuro problem, and it's
Right.
just like you make this project now, just like you said, it's become more than a passion to you, right?
Yeah, so it is my passion. It turned into like this huge thing that I almost couldn't sleep because I knew I had to do something. I felt like it was my mission. Like God put me on this earth. This is the purpose that this was my purpose from birth. Like God created this gift for me. and he wanted me to spread awareness to this community.
Okay, that's thank you very much because that's something deep because you're
Yeah,
telling us right now because like you said this is something very 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 personal
very
and then
personal.
not only to you and to your family as well.
Right.
Et qui t'aime dit tout le monde qui suivre nous là et Melendi c'est un monde qui très 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 professionnel dans ça l'a fait et il est très considérable tout considérer l'autre maladie de Simon c'est ça qui fait ouais il y a l'autre Simon en dehors de Simon pas là li genyen ki la ede lan san sa.
Oui.
E mwen konen e tan zan tan koman ti moun sa yo aji? Bon, ki dem avan mwen rentre lan seye de ba yo fè aktivite. Koman yo aji? Ka se gen yon seye de paran ki gen ti moun yo pa kon koman pou yo di lavel. How those kids acting sometime on and off or they have certain time they feel better than other times or is some of them behave better than others? How can you talk about this a little bit?
So guarantee mun ki got autism. Autism is a broad spectrum. So it's classified as ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder.
That's what it is. Yes.
So autism spectrum disorder is a long spectrum. It's very broad. Every child falls into a different category. Not every child is the same. No child is alike in autism. So children with autism, they have they're neurodivergent kids and they have issues with neurals. There's some kids who cannot communicate verbally. There's some kids who they have social issues, which a lot of them do. There's some kids they like to stimuli. There's different symptoms. They have children that would avoid they'll avoid danger. Like they're not afraid of danger. Like
they're afraid of danger.
They're not afraid of danger. They have no awareness of danger. Like if you have a candle burning now, they would just put their hands in the fire. So they're not aware of these type of things. There are some children who they can thrive in a normal world with the right services. So a lot of these kids, they will be placed in speech therapy, occupational therapy,
therapy as well.
Some of them have physical therapy. Some of them can't walk.
Okay.
They do have kids who can't walk. So like I said, these kids, they fall into so many different categories. The spectrum is just so broad. It's like 1 in 36 kids, 1 out of 36 that has autism.
1 out of 36.
Yes. So and that's really, and autism have grown over the years. But back in those times, they really didn't do a lot of testing for autism. That could be one of the reasons why it has grown. But there's just so many cases, and I just said, you know what? I'm gonna do something where, since a lot of kids on autism spectrum disorder do have a lot of communication issues, I decided to bring art as one of the form of ways they can communicate. It's a form of expression.
Yes, I've been saying you take the kids to the park and where the kids work with their hands,
Yes.
doing some art and crafts and all these things. I'm going to ask you another question regarding how some parents, because I'm sure with those kids, because they are special kids, and what kind of challenge, you can just let us know compared to some of the parents. Sometimes they don't have no patience, no time because some parents have to work and some parents have more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 kids. Sometimes the last one that have autism problem. So can you tell us the challenge you've been, not only with your kid, with your son, and then when you take the rest out, what challenge they've been, how they challenge you?
Right. So there are definitely challenges. Especially in the beginning when you have no idea as to what this neuro dysfunction is, or the challenges are like immense. Like you can sometimes take longer to get dressed. Some kids have tantrums. They
usually drop them on the floor.
Yeah. And they also have there's some kids who they have a routine, and if they break away from the routine, that would be challenging for them. So I would say you have to have a lot of patience.
Correct.
You have to have a lot of, and you have to learn patience, because in the beginning it's difficult, right? You don't know what this is. Your son has been diagnosed, and now you have to follow doctor's orders, right? They give you these special things you have to do with the kids. You have to start off with speech therapy, all these other therapies.
All these things.
But that what helps them. You have to put them in therapies early so that they can thrive in this world.
So the basic thing is take the kids or look for help professional help take them to the
Right.
therapy and make sure that you follow the direction, all these things.
Correct. And I've also like done research with like herbs. You can do like change your diets, and that also will change behaviors.
But do they pick up this symptom during the pregnancy? Est-ce que you détecte symptômes ça yo dans gen de ti moun ça yo pendant ou enceinte là? Gon se des tests yo
No.
fait.
No, pas get test pour detect autism level onset. No, there's
Non,
none.
pas gen test.
Pas get test. Man, so I can tell you from my experience.
Mhm.
My son was normal, you know, but there's children who regress around age 18 months to 2 years, which is what happened to me. He was born normal, but all of a sudden, the doctor said that he wasn't giving too much eye contact. Well, the speech. She recognized his speech was not
Okay.
developed as much. He doesn't have a lot of words.
That's at the time that he was born, right?
No, it wasn't around the time he was between 18 months and 2. Because when he was born and he was as he was getting older, he did reach his milestones. He was looking at me, but the doctor realized he wasn't the doctor realized his speech was off around 18 to 2 years.
Okay.
But the problem that it is that they're saying that there's some kids that they just regress. They don't know why they regress. They go backwards.
Okay.
Around that age. I don't know why that is, but that's what they see.
Okay. But when the doctor, when you first notice these symptoms in like after the child is born,
right?
When we just know when I mean kilo primi for noter symptômes ça yo, lan ti moun nan ki vin fè ou vin senti gon bay ki pa correct. C'est ti moun nan pas fait avec li.
Exactement. So, you know what's crazy? I did not notice. C'est docteur qui noticed it. It was the doctor noticed. And she was saying like, you know, I think he should have more words. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. Well, okay. So leave him pour a neurologist.
Okay.
No, not a neurologist, a speech therapist. Well, yeah, it's a speech therapist and a neurologist. I think she did it both at the same time.
Okay.
Or was it a speech therapist? I think it was a speech therapist first. The speech therapist noticed it and referred me to the neurologist. That's what it was.
Okay. I could say that's a subject that is very dear to you.
Very dear to me.
Yes, that's very nice. At least you can share these tout jan de bay sa yo, tout jan d'opinion sa yo. So, ki sa wan dire, the challenge that you face, take the kids to school, get them ready, get him ready to school, and then make sure he eats well, make sure he takes his medicine. But while we're talking about medicine, do those kids do they have a lot of different medicine, or let's take your son.
Yeah, right.
Does he have a lot of medicine?
So my son does not take medicine. He's not on medication. But you can get medication if the child becomes hyperactive.
Okay.
So they do have challenges with hyperactivity. They become overstimulated at times, and I've chosen the route of natural medicine. Okay. As far as herbs, but I don't use medicine as far as the prescribed from a doctor. No. But there are kids who do, and there are kids who do need them.
When the kids are hyperactive, do they sometimes do they run around like nonstop or working, or they could be like they never feel that or he never feel like he's tired or not, or when they start.
Right. So when they become hyperactive, they have a lot of hyperactive sensitivities. So what happens is they go. Their brain is overloaded.
We never stop.
Overloaded with stimulus. So what I do, you just put them in sensory mode. I put them in a sensory room. I let them jump up and down on a trampoline to get that energy out.
Okay.
Got it. Get it out. So they need that time.
They need that time.
They need that time.
To rest and then to do things.
To do what they need to do. Get it out. Let them, like with my son, I put him on a trampoline, I let him run around, get it out. And after a while, he's tired. He's okay, he relaxes.
So, while we're talking about this problem in some kids, I know there's a bunch of organizations, even St. Jude Hospital, they take this diagnostic in very seriously. Specifically, they do have other kids. They're trying to get help. They even sometimes GoFundMe and stuff like this. But those kids usually take out. Do you find other l'autre organisation qui aide ou qui pari pour aider ou dans ça?
Organisation qui voulait aider Mkunya. We're doing a partnership with I don't want to say the name because it's still
It's still out there. It's not really confirmed.
right. So we're working on contracts. We have a contract with the parks now, but we're working on a contract with a partnership now that I'm really excited about. That I'm not going to speak on it as of yet, but stay tuned. You're going to hear about it more once we finalize everything and everything's on the dotted line. Not parler de ça, but kunya tout bagay like
That's
we're working on it.
no, that's cool because right now nothing is confirmed and
Right.
you don't want to take anything out there yet.
Correct.
It's I see you now. You were talking about art and craft. I said the key. They're drawing very nice.
Yeah. So I am an artist. I've been painting. I do acrylics. I've been painting for years. And I was like, you know what? I can actually make this something that can work because a child with autism, they do have communication issues where they don't know how to express themselves to you.
This is where there are the art and craft.
Right. So if you give a child paintbrushes and a canvas and you have them to paint, that actually just relaxes them. It's almost like a therapeutic experience for them.
It's a way to express themselves.
Exactly. They express themselves. And also it's a way to build community. You have peers because they do have issues with social skills. So they have other people who's like-minded and they can also build have a new friend. And now that helps them to communicate as well with their peers.
Qui me rappeler tout le monde, c'est Merlendi, Kounya la parler de autisme. Ou connaît autisme, nan gen pile là nous même dans communauté haïtienne nan, qui gen doit confronter avec même problème ça qui ti moun yan gagné. Mais cependant, les mêmes, ils embrassent ces problèmes-là, ils cherchent help, ils font research, ils font un paquet de bagages pour capable comprendre la maladie. Actuellement, ti moun nan, jeune petit garçon, il parle en médicaments, mais ils ont l'autre série de bagages, ils font pour lui. So, un paquet de bagages, nous capable apprendre de Melanie. Right now, we have a lot we can learn from her experience and stuff like this. So, which is very important because we need support. Nous besoin un pile support avec Jean ti moun sa yo et parfois nous support là nous pas connaît comment pour joindre yo. So Melanie it's a resource in a way, it's a resource.
Right.
So Kitim just touch what you talk about your education earlier. I didn't know if you have a master.
I do. I have a master's. I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So you do have a master and then you connect your master degree in business with your arts and then everything else. And that gives you a much more leverage.
Right. So by having that education in the business field, I decided to create my organization, which is a nonprofit organization called the Legend Project, so that I can create these art workshops and these art experiences for these children. We do it once a month and people come out. We have a great time. It's a 2-hour event and we work mainly on funding. So we get different funding from different organizations. Hopefully you guys would like to donate as well. Our social media is the Legend Project, _Legend_project. We're also on Facebook, the Legend Project. In order for us to even, we've thrived. We're getting better, and we're learning things along the way. And in order for us to even reach our goals, we do need donations. So if you guys are willing to donate, that would be great. It will help out the kids. It will help us secure funding for a permanent building. It will help us to secure art supplies for the children, sensory materials for them as well. So if you guys want to assist.
No, evidently. So we will participate. We will demander monter dans son projet qui est capable de nous tout capable bénéficier du projet. Ça, it's a very, it's a very important project. So she's started this thing, and now I'm sure it's getting much better. Now she's ready for other help. So anybody who can help her. So.
And we're looking for volunteers too.
We're
looking for volunteers.
So how many kids you have so far when you take them out? I think you have more than 10.
Well, we have different. It's a variety. So it just depends on the day. We post all of our events on Eventbrite, and you can purchase your tickets there. The tickets are usually around like $10 a low cost, but those are just for the materials to purchase materials for the event.
Okay.
So everybody have their own materials. We usually do so our next event is going to be in August, and we're at the end of August. We just secured the contract with the parks again, and we are going to be doing painting pots, and we're gonna plant our soil. We're gonna put a seed, and the kids get to watch their plant blossom, and they're able to pat themselves on the back and saying that they created this.
Okay, okay. What about the school? Do your son go to school or to daycare or
No, he goes to school. He goes to public school.
what about the rest of the kids? Like those who
So they have actually a ton of resources when it comes to schooling. They have so many organizations that it's just strictly for autism kids.
Okay, okay.
Strictly, like
They
as
have,
far as schooling is concerned. But what I realized, there was a lack of extracurricular activities for kids.
okay.
So I decided to start a Legend Project because there were not enough art programs for them.
So so the school do not have this style of program that you establish, you know?
Well, the school they do. They have the schools that are just strictly autism based. They usually have art therapists come into the schools and help with the kids.
Do you have other like volunteers est-ce qu'on connaît l'autre monde qui vient aider ou dans ce
Oui.
sens spécialement là au point ti moun yo al nan parc avec yo, y'en a bay ça yo, est-ce que vous connaissez monde qui pour aider yo?
Yeah, get mon key at them lem ali na park ebi two get trois board of directors. So when you first start your nonprofit, you have to have board of directors, and they are lifesavers. They have helped me a lot throughout this process. I've asked for their input. They come out, they help, and without nothing in return. They come out and they support because they know that's something that I'm passionate about. So it kind of like trickles down.
That's very nice.
Yes.
You get all the support. So if for instance you're not in Dade, you're mostly in Broward.
I'm mostly in Broad, but I want to expand to Dade County.
That's very nice.
Yes.
That's very nice. So by expanding, do you contact the other organization like from Broward, like the mayor, the councilman? I think those people they are helpful. They are the one who I think probably if you go and check them out, they will be ready to help you out.
Right. So that's the goal. That's the goal in we're trying to reach now. We like I said, I am in works with an organization now who is willing to. They're a very big organization and they are like all over. So we're working on the contracts now with that. But as far as reaching out to other people, we are going to be doing that. That's the next step.
Okay. What about the other parents, kid? How they interact with your activities? Sometimes do they present, or sometimes they give you the kids, they leave, or they come back to get them.
The parents actually stay with the child. It's very imperative that the parents stay with the child because we're not neurologists, we're not doctors, so we can't say that you can just drop your kids off and go.
And go, yeah.
Because that's just a safety issue. Because like I said, every child is different, and sometimes when you don't have the parents around, their comfort zone is usually their parents. So sometimes if the parents is not around, they can become afraid.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So we really have and the parents they're great, they love it, like they want me to do more events, and the goal is to do more events. So if we do secure a building in the future, the goal is to do this weekly, like just have art classes strictly for kids with autism. But we also allow other kids to come. There are other kids who do want to come and they're not autistic, and I do allow them to come.
The other kids.
Yes.
That's much better.
Yeah. They always ask, can I bring my daughter, but she's not autistic, and I say, yeah, sure, no, why not?
Yeah, because if they get mangled with the other kids, and
right,
the autistic kids get mangled with the other kids, that's much better for them.
Right, because they're not afraid of them when they see them.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you another questions. So if somebody wanna once again wanna check with you, beside what you mentioned, si on moun veut checker ou je connais comment yo ka aider ou l'antid là, comment yo fait dans zone Miami de là.
So seulement fait just envoyer a DM via Instagram.
Okay.
Which is the Legend Project, and nous ka parler, come up with an idea or plan as to qui j'en a fairly. We have to just talk about it and work the logistics out.
Okay.
I also have a GoFundMe page on the website, on the I'm sorry, not the website, on Instagram.
Instagram.
that you can also donate there.
You gotta make sure. So
I have Facebook and Instagram, but Instagram is my premier platform
Okay.
that I use. That is my go-to.
You see, even though I have a lot of folks seeing me too on Instagram, but my premier platform is Facebook, and I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. Tandis non, mes amis, hi guys. Once again, if you guys seeing me, Marcus, avec Merlindy, please go ahead and follow her page and my page, please, Pam, or Marcus Deosier. You will see, because now I am a badge identifier. They identify me. They don't want me to.
Oh, so am I.
So that's what it is. I wanted your help, guys. Please support her. So, go conseil, if you have to say, like, un conseil wap bay yon moun ki gen, ti moun ki gen autistic problem. So, ki conseil wap tak bay?
I would say just be patient. I know in the beginning it's very difficult, but you have to be patient with them and navigate, get all the research you can, because early diagnosis is the best way. They have so many places you can go to get early diagnosis, and then from there you can get all the therapies that you need so that your child can thrive.
Very good. So, nou tande ki Merlindy explique nou. So, me bay nou kapap fè, se ale make sure ki yo detekte problem nan ti moun nan first, le yo detekte epi, e se pou nou wè koman kapap fè, al pwant ti moun al nan terapi, speech therapy, e sin bezwen fizikoterapi, pou nan lan jan de bay sa yo pou nou kapap bite ti moun yo, pase ti moun sa yo très intelligent, pase nou te gen yon de kon wè, se
They are. They are.
Very, very, very smart kids. Very smart kid.
So you'll probably get problem like my son. You probably get problem when it comes to stuff like call like pour étudier stuff like that. But problem again is the communication.
Yeah, most of the kids
and social skills.
And social skills, make sure.
Exactly.
So how is his handwriting?
He's normal. He can write. If I say legend, he just writes the. Book smart, perfect. But when it comes to social, communicate, that's this problem. That's the issue that you're running with my particular case.
Okay. Very nice. But m kapab di ou, m kontan pil. M kontan pil ou vin la, ou vin supporte mwen. E platform sa ouvri pou at anytime, at nepot ki lov li, même si c'est dans parc, m kapab pren bay mwen yo malave, yo mal fait ti moun yo, yap kontan, vin pale dans ça, et puis si yo gen possibilité, si pa yo vle, n kapab poste yo tout. Yan de bay sa yo. Second dernier mot ap di, ki te mwen mersi Fritz 5 ACIS. My son he's the one on the board. He's helping us.
Hi, son.
Out. So he's going to make us, specifically Miss Merlindy, look, not only she's a beautiful lady, and she's going to make me super. And if you have yon dernier mot pour qui soit capable de dire encore, if you have at least one more shot to give a shout out to anybody, your kids, your son, and anybody who you.
Well, this is what I want to say. I just want to say God makes no mistakes. God gave me no mistakes.
That's right.
God gave me this special task to be this child's mother, and look what I have blossomed into. I am now the CEO and founder of a nonprofit organization called the Legend Project. Bam.
Legend Project. She is the CEO and the
founder of
the Legend Project. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and we will do it again, and thank you for your support as well.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you.
Thank you, son.
Thank you.